And so this show, Dumb and Dumber, is not connecting, and I'm surprised and I'm glad. You see, individuals are coming to realize now that the state of the country is of such that it's becoming a big joke, and you know, comedians generally seem to be people that are mentally ill and who would have had no life except that they're bringing on the crazy stuff and bringing it mainstream, and people who don't have that experience find it fun, you know, going into the realm of the crazy. But it's getting to the place now where people doing some crazy stuff. I mean, the comedians is just one way that we've come to this position. No education, you go to college, you just play games, you just do a true false thing, and you graduate and everything. And you know the philosophy. You don't need to know the stuff, just know where to find it. So that the guy who has studied probably psychology, he will start talking like a psychologist. You know, just saying anything that comes to his mind, thinking that I'm a psychologist and this is real and whatever. But if he had really studied, he wouldn't talk that stupid stuff. And so I think that we making a good move, start moving away from these comedians. Let them go and get a job. Let them go and get therapy and mental health so they could come back and be mainstream and normal. Because like the whole society now, you know, just like Rome, the Romans were involved in all kinds of stuff: drinking, doing drugs, buying expensive things, hardly producing anything, drinking and drugging up. And they came to the place now where they come with a nice thing like, oh, why should we go and die in war when we have those barbarians over there? They're dumb. They could fight our wars for us. So give them the swords, give them the opportunity, and let them fight for us. And also they can look out for us because they have no life. And you know, while we party, we need to sleep. They could be out there. They don't party. They could be out there watching for us. And we all know the story that they just turned the sword on Rome and destroyed Rome. Also, the Caesar had come to the place now where he felt that people were so dumb that he gonna come and burn down Rome and blame it on the Christians. Oh, and they went to persecuting the Christians. And you know, the Christians were the ones who weren't evil and who were developing themselves and who weren't doing the drugs and all this stuff that the Romans were doing. And they were forming a very important and integral part of the society. They were holding things in check. So when they started to persecute the Christians and kill them out and run them out, guess what? There was nobody with sense it down. And so they went from one extreme to the next, and then bam, the Romans knocked them off. And I think that folks are realizing that we're almost there. And we don't have to go down the road with Rome. You see, that's the funny thing. The scripture says there's nothing new under the sun, meaning the principles are the same. Situations are different. Girls never used to wear skimpy clothes, I suspect now, like like now. But there was something out there way back that people will do to be sexy and to be moral and to do everything like that. All right, it wasn't as explosive as now, but still it was, you know, still the principle exists. And so we just can't go out like Rome. We've seen what has happened to Rome. We've seen what has happened to other civilizations, and I'm sure that people are now realizing it and deciding that, you know what, that road is a dangerous road, man, because you know, we become so drugged out. We can't even think straight. We are comedians and everything that's serious. We're just making a joke of it. Guess what? When things collapse on us, it's going to be so hard. And so, I'm not going to blame it on the Christians again, but guess what's going to happen this time? It's not going to be, you know, the man going to persecute and then he said, I had enough of that, let me stop. Even before it starts, Jesus is going to step in and defend his people. So I hope that folks know this, and you know, we can't go this way, because the enemy who wants to destroy us is behind all this stuff. I listened to the program the other day, and some attorney from Berkeley was speaking on one of these shows, and they were talking about this one world government, technology and other things make it appear as if it's natural and it's easy for us to integrate as a world. But they conclude that the better thing is countries, you know what I mean? I mean, you having all these vast cultures and all these vast, serious, real problems. But you can bring all these people together. I mean, it's so fictitious, but that's in keeping with what the enemy wants. He wants to become fictitious. So his agenda of bringing on evil and bringing the world together might work, you know? And lastly, all this treason and stuff that's going on, I mean, People are giving up the country's secrets, man, joining organizations just to learn the secrets, just to reveal it. And a whole bunch of people are defending him and thinking that, oh, he's so patriotic and I like him so much. This prison officer got sex with some condemned death row inmate. Folks got to be real, okay? You just don't want to have a baby, you want to have the father around, you want to have a life, you want to have a relationship. Or they think that, oh, I'm pregnant with him, so they're going to reverse the death sentence. So folks got to start operating sensibly. And as I'm saying, like, there's no other time in history where it might have been possible that people do these kinds of stuff they're doing. I mean, almost 40 years ago or whatever, people revealed the Vietnam Pentagon Papers, okay? But, they're having so many things in this short space of time. You have Brandon, you have Snowden, and you have some other jokers out there. Man, we need to stop. And so I'm glad that they're telling this to these comedians here, listen, man, get out of our lives and go and get your medication.